I'm back after a week's holiday. I hope everyone's fine, well, and yeah, hi. It's had a great week off. It went too quick as usual, but yeah, I went to Norfolk and spent time with a really good friend of mine, and it was a great week. And very grateful for it as well. So I think I'm late on tonight because I think the timing's changed in Australia. So I think I've come on later or than I normally would be, but it's just, sorry, I got a real itchy head. Guys, can you back off? I'm getting itchy. But yes, so I hope that's down so I can do this. I'm just going to share and then I'll get in. But I hope everyone's okay. I think you're in lockdown in Australia. And we're at the moment, I don't know for how long, but we're not on one. So I don't know if we will end up going back on one. I don't know, with this crazy governments and all this manipulation, who knows. But it's lovely to be here anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. Michael's in the house. He's just told me he's here, which is very beautiful of him to show up, because he's a very busy man at these times, you know, with what's going on in the world. Hi, Ben. I don't know if a lot of people believe in angels, but I couldn't survive without mine and the angelic realms. Hi, Shay. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Hi, Ash. You know, I couldn't survive without them, especially, hi, Kerry, at this time. You know, things are very odd in the world. And I think, you know, it's been hard to stay in your sovereign self. And when I mean your sovereign self, I mean to stay centered, to not let things around you affect you. Because, you know, with what's going on in the world, it's hard not to. I keep away from triggers, like I don't watch any live TV now because they makes me anxious. Sorry guys, I feel protected today, and that's why I'm feeling all itchy in my head, I think, but also I'm feeling very drained energy. We're on that new moon energy again. There's a lot going on with the planets. I'm not a planetary girl, but all I can tell you is it's quite draining within itself, that is. But yeah, I mean, at these times, I don't know, you know, I don't normally talk about godly things, or God's, you know, God's source, because it doesn't seem to be a trendy thing, but it's hard not to when the angels are part of God. They're God's messengers, and he sent them here because he knew we weren't going to have a good time. It wasn't going to be easy on this plane, and that's why, you know, God's source sent his angels, the prime creator, whatever you want to call him, you know. Eeyore today. No, so it is very important, guys, to stay in your sovereign self, not allow things around you that out of your control to affect you. Because, you know, when you come away from your sovereign self, you're not being you. You're not being the fully functioning kind of human that you are, and you're letting other things bring down. I hear you, Michael. Bring down your vibration, and all these things. You know, when you're bringing down your vibration, you're allowing energies, lower vibrational energies, to affect you, i.e., you know, depression, anxiety, you know, things like that. But if you're standing your sovereign self within you, God, my glasses are a bit squiffy, aren't they? Never mind. you know, if you're staying in your sovereign self and being in control of what you're doing in your life, you then don't allow the outer forces to affect you, because then you can continue radiating and being high vibrational. And that's pretty much, you know, what I do, because I'm pretty much on my own. Family I've never fitted in. I think I've told you before, I have my niece who I'm so grateful for. I love her dearly. But, you know, a lot of us starseeds, I think we find as we walk our spiritual path that, you know, this happens. So, you know, I am on my own in many respects spiritually, but even through friends, you know, we don't always see eye to eye, but we hold each other in love. And we don't have the same views on this scenario, but I've managed to keep my friends, you know, and some friends I've had for many years. And I'm grateful, you know, very lucky that, you know, there she is, my beautiful niece. I'm so lucky to have her and her family. I hasten to say I'm very lucky to have her. She's an amazing soul as well. And I thank you, Tanya, for being in my life. I love you dearly, sweetheart. But without her, I think, you know, I would be on a lonelier path without my niece in my life, you know, because she is an incredible soul as well. But I am lucky, going back to the fact that, you know, I have friends we don't see eye to eye as regards to, you know, what's going on in the world. But we've remained friends. And that's, you know, I'm so grateful for that as well, that, you know, even though not necessarily politically, but with the V, you know, they've had it and things like that, I understand that, because it's a soul's choice. But it is so nice that I've managed to keep my you know, my friends as well, because everyone is allowed an opinion and it is a soul's choice, you know. But I know particularly Scott, we said a long time ago, you know, okay, it's a soul's choice and whatever, but we have our, like I say, our different views, but it's never come between us. You know, we love each other dearly, same as Kirsty. Well, Kirsty doesn't has the same opinion as me, but I'm very grateful for that, you know, very grateful. And like I say, for Tanya, I would feel, without her, I would feel an even, you know, lonelier path. So I'm so grateful she's in my life. And her family, I've got to say her family as well, because she's got her children and a wonderful husband. They've been together many years, but hey ho, you know, it's not a sob story, guys. It's just that when you get on your spiritual path, sometimes this happens. And this is why I kind of think that, you know, Michael's bringing this up, because at this time, I feel this situation within families and your friends, you know, if you do have that opinion about what's going on in the world, manipulation, the V, you know, you do find that people do fall away from you. But Michael's saying today, what he's saying is, try not to take that personally, because if you're a sensitive soul, that's what you do. You know, you take these things personally and you think, oh, I've done something wrong and and it's not the case. You know, sometimes because you're steaming ahead spiritually on your spiritual path, you're growing as a soul, you know, you kind of, these people fall away from you, even though it might be your family or it might be incredibly close friends. You know, it's just what happens, because like I always say, people come into your life not always for lifetimes, for seasons, and when their purpose in your life is done, has finished, is why they're in your life, then they fall away from you. And sometimes you don't have to have arguments, you don't have to have, you know, a disagreement, they just fall away from you. And Michael's reminding us today that, you know, don't take it personally, because our sensitive souls that we are, you know, we do take things very personally. But be in the understanding that, you know, it's meant to be that way. You know, they've served their purpose, and solely you're continuing forward on your spiritual path, and these people have served their purpose, but try not to take it personally, like you've done something wrong, and hold that guilt, you know. And that's taken me a long time. Yes, I know, I'm hearing that, you know, it has taken me a long time to learn that, but I've learned it, you know, and I understand that. But Michael's bringing that up today, because there's someone out there now, or is going to hear this, the recording, to understand that, you know, you don't necessarily have to do something wrong. It's the fact you're walking your path, you're staying in your sovereign power of the soul that you are, and you know, you're on your path, and that's what's important. That's what's important, that you're elevating, you're learning, and you're evolving as that soul. But try not to take the fact that, you know, these people, family, friends fall away from you, because it's unavoidable, is what I'm hearing. You cannot go through the whole of your life and, you know, not have these situations, is what I'm hearing. But try just not to take it so personally, because there's one thing with karma as well. If you think you owe it, you will, is what Michael's saying. So be aware that if you are thinking, I owe karma to someone, you're going to, because you're thinking that. You know, when we finish our life and we go up with the angels and your spirit guides, and before you enter heaven, you kind of go up there and you talk about what you've learned, what you haven't learned, what karma was paid back, and family karma as well, I'm hearing. And you know, you work through that. You can barter, that is what I'm hearing, on what you believe, you know, karma has been paid back and what hasn't. You know, you can barter these things, is what I'm hearing. And he's laughing about it, so oh, that's not so good. But that's so right, Wendy. You know, people, you know, are in your life for a short time, a lifetime, a season, or a reason, and sometimes a lifetime, you know. But I think we are very lucky if we can take family, friends, right the way through our lives. You know, Scott, I've known him for over 20 years. And, you know, I think we're similar star sign. We can be quite forgiving people. But he's never done anything to, you know, hurt me anyway. And as far as I know, I've never hurt him. So, you know, but, well, if I have hurt anyone, I'm the first to roll over and show my belly anyway. So I'm not a proud person, you know. If I've done something wrong, I'll say I've done something wrong. You know, I'm not a perfect soul, for goodness sake. We're all here to learn, and it's something Daniel, my guardian angel, told me, because he was a fallen angel. Daniel was a fallen angel, and he said to me, look, I had to do wrong to know it was wrong, and that's what life's all about. You cannot go through your life without making mistakes or you know, or doing things that don't sit in your soul, because that's how you learn from it. And you go, well, do you know what, that was wrong, I shouldn't have done that, or, you know, and you learn, and that's how you learn. And that's what Daniel said to me, being my guardian angel. I didn't rightly know that he was one of the fallen angels, but he was. And he said I had to go through that. I had to be kicked out of heaven. And, you know, I offended God or whatever. These glasses do me head in. To learn, you know, to learn that experience, that I now walk the path of the light, and I will always walk the path of the light. But I had to see what God would do, because God's source had never shown his side, or Michael, because Michael's in charge of all the angels, you know. and he learned. And that's what life's about, guys, you know. So I'm hearing, you know, we all have to learn, and don't beat yourself up too much about it, because, you know, God's source forgives. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. And, you know, yes, it's all stored in your Akashic records, but, you know, God forgives. It's not like hell and damnation. Unless you really do something bad, then you're going to be answerable to it. You know, everything's recorded. You know, you don't get away with anything as a soul on this plane. So if you are doing bad things, then it's recorded. You know, God's source knows everything. You can't get away with it. It's not like you can secretly go and murder someone and God's source wouldn't know, you know. It's just all recorded in your Akashic records. So, you know, you're held accountable whether we like it or not, but we're also held accountable for what we've learned. So, you know, there's two sides to every coin, I'm hearing from Mr. Michael. Be careful what you're thinking, Shy Charles. Be careful what you're thinking. That's all I'm hearing for you. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like there's a lot of drama around you being brought in by other people, but it's not helping the situation with these things coming into your life. Just be careful what you think, what you're thinking, because you have to understand, guys, what we think comes back to us, you know? And that's what I'm hearing. In this situation, it kind of feels like you'd already thought it. Or somebody had spoken it and it's now come into reality. That's how it feels. And that's why I'm hearing, just be careful what you're saying and what you're thinking, because it brings it in to, you know, the physical. People don't always think that, but it's true. You know, you have to take some accountability for what happens in your life, because that's the, you know, manifestation, the part of manifestation, but also law of attraction, you know. So what you're thinking and what you're talking about is going to pretty much come back and hit you bang straight in the face. And that's what I'm being asked to remind you of, that, because it's shy, because it SHY, sorry for wrong pronunciation, I'm useless, because that's how it feels. So I'm being asked to remind you of that, and watch what you're thinking, watch what you're saying, because it feels like you've aired this and it's come back and boom, hit you in the face a bit. That's how it feels for me. No one's useless. Nobody's useless. Everybody is an amazing soul. Yeah, that's what I got. And can I just say, it feels like people are bringing in drama into your life at the moment. That's how it feels. And I think that you need to, or people are saying stuff to you, which gets you, like, triggers you and gets you thinking, you know, and saying stuff. Just be aware. You do not, and for anyone out there, I'm hearing, if anyone is trying to drag you in on conversation about someone else or a situation you don't know about, just don't comment on it, guys, please, because that's bringing you it's just bringing added drama to you, you know. And the law of attraction, yes, I know you would understand, and this is what Michael's reminding you of. So, because I get this now, don't laugh, but I get this cauldron feel. And when I get the cauldron feel, it feels like, you know, there's a group of girls or a few women or whatever, not necessarily bitching, but, you know, somebody's bringing their bitchy problems to you and expecting you to, like, come in on that energy of bitching, or, you know, and that's an example, but don't get involved with it. You don't need to. Because all that's doing is that's adding bags on you that you don't need, energetic bags on you. I hear you, Michael, that you don't need, but you don't need to get involved in it. So what Michael's saying is, just be careful what you're saying, what you're thinking, and don't get involved in it, because it's not your fight, for one. And you don't need to. You don't need to go down that path. And it just feels like that these people, or this person, is helping bringing drama into your life. Just be aware is what I'm hearing. Okay? Just be aware, because you'll find that once you're not participating in that energy, then that's not going to come and hit you in the face. You know? It's like some people come to me. It's different if they're asking me for advice. That's different. But if someone wants to sit and bitch about someone that I don't even know, or expects me to comment on a situation that I'm not in, it doesn't really happen, because it's not my fight, or it's nothing to do with me. I just go, oh, right, I'm not really interested. You know, it's different if that person might be treating me in a certain way, then I'll put them in their place and I'll deal it within my own way, my own space. I don't need to drag others into it. And this is what I'm being reminded of with you, because it feels like it's bringing in a lot of negative energy that you don't need. And that this is why these things are happening in your life, because this doesn't help. Is that okay? Yes, that's right, because law of attraction. If you're not sure about law of attraction, there's many books out there. There's lots of books out there on law of attraction. But it just feels that these people, or this person's bringing in that lower vibrational energy, which is not helping you in your life, because now you're attracting that lower vibrational energy, and you're not naturally that way. You're naturally high vibrational, fun, loving, and so it's kind of being brought in on the back of something else. So if that resonates with you, honey, God, the angels are all itching me. As long as that's resonating with you, then that's kind of my message for you. That's where I'm at with that. And I hope that helps. But guys, if any of you want a spiritual reading, my private readings are normally an hour. I do have to charge, because I need to keep a roof over my head. And they're blooming good. I've never had a complaint in my life. And I always record them for you. So you can connect with me on Facebook under Suzi Parrett, and connect with me and see if I appeal to you. But usually my readings are an hour, because I usually cover everything that needs to be said within that hour. Because sometimes spirit might come in for you. I can't always guarantee, because I don't know what they're going to do. I never know what I get until until I do your reading. I don't know. I just wait and see. But yes, usually for an hour, it's £65. That's my price normally. Yeah. But like I say, very informative, very, but it's an exchange of energy, guys. I do so much for free, but my hour readings I have to charge for, because I have to keep a roof over my head. As simple as that. That's not the most expensive. It's kind of, I try and make my prices in between. Some people might say, oh, well, that's, the people cheaper, but they're probably doing card readings and stuff like that. I don't. I read your Akashic records, your energy field, and I usually speak to spirit that want to come in for you. So, but it's a free will choice. You're either drawn to me or you're not. But like I say, I never, well, you just contact me, Miranda. Do you know what? It's really weird you should say that, Miranda. I took I've just literally, Michael told me just to take the website down. I've had no work from it. It's been up for years and years and years, and it's just taken down. There's new energy coming in for me as well. I'm moving. There's lots of stuff coming up, and Michael was just like, it's an expense I don't need, which is very true. So if you want to get hold of me, just add me on Facebook under Suzi Parrett. You'll see me, and just friend me, or I'm on Telegram. A lot of people now are using Telegram. You can get me on Telegram as well under Suzi Parrett. You'll see me there as well. I think under Telegram my picture is Angelic Light, which is my Facebook page, Angelic Light. But I have a group there as well. But you'll see my little face. You'll see my little face, Suzi Parrett. So you can get me on Telegram as well, or add me on Facebook. On that, I hope things are okay, darling. But yes, guys, just get me on Facebook under Suzi Parrett, or I'm on Telegram. Okay? Because the whole situation with my website, like I said, there's a lot going on in my personal life, and I just don't see the fact of paying out all this money and I have no return. And to be honest, it's really funny, Miranda, you even said you went to my website, because no one ever does. They just go on Facebook. So do you know what I mean? That's why. And there's lots of stuff going on. Now, let's have a chat. I'm hearing straight away she's not ready to hear the guidance, darling, your mum. And, sometimes you were doing it out of kindness to tell her whatever it is. He's a wronging, from what I'm hearing. He's a dirty wronging. She ain't ready to hear it, but let me tell you one thing. She's brushed a lot of stuff under the carpet over the years anyway. And all I'm hearing now is that she knows, deep down she knows, but she's not ready to hear it. Okay? And she spent most of her time with this guy brushing shit under the carpet. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I hear. I've just friended you, Miranda, my beautiful lady. That is what I'm hearing. So you need to let your mum process this. Don't hound her over it. Just let her process it, because I'm hearing that she will come and talk to you when she's ready. But she knows. It's like she knows. She doesn't want to accept it now, though. She knows he's got a wandering eye. This is how it feels for me, but she's not ready to accept it. These glasses doing me head in. She's not ready to accept it. She's in denial. And the reason why, Nat, okay, Michael, I hear you loud and clear. Michael's telling me, Nat, the reason why she's in denial is because it would seem that she was inadequate. She is not ready to accept what you're saying. She's not ready to look inside herself and see that it's on him. But she comes in on that energy that it's a failing on her. And that's the issue. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm getting. That's the energy I'm getting, as well as the fact she doesn't want to deal with it. I hear you. Because if she deals with it, if she fronts this situation out, she's got to leave. She's got to go. She's got to remove herself from this kind of cozy life she's made in her head that everything's all right, because this is what I get. She's constantly telling herself everything's fine, and this brushing under the carpet. I mean, there's things that he does that I don't even think she likes. She lets a lot slide, and she's not ready to front it out. she's also not ready to look inside herself and see that it would be on him. I really feel that she would feel that she's inadequate in some way, and she's not ready to process it, because she'd have to change her life, really. And she ain't ready. She ain't ready for it. And who knows, she might not ever be. You know, because it takes guts to do that. It takes guts to change your life. And I just don't think she's ready to hear it, process it, or act on it. And that's where I'm at. And some people never are. Some people never are. Some people stay in, you know, it's a soul's choice, Nat. It's a soul's choice, baby girl. That's all I'm telling you, because, you know, it's her path, her journey. It's not yours. But Nat, let me tell you, you did your bit, and that's where your responsibility ends, because you cannot you can't now hold guilt or karma with that situation, because you've done your bit. Your mum, as a soul, it's now up to her. So this is all soul's choice, free will. You done your bit. That's what I'm hearing. You did your bit. You know, but don't you feel now, I'm hearing, oh my days, don't you feel now on the back of that, Michael saying, think you can do more. You've told her, you have spilled the beans, I'm hearing, you have verbally brought it into the physical and told her. Solely, that is where your job ended. So no guilt, no karmic issue, no feeling that you can do more, because it's her soul's choice now. It's up to her. And I know, gosh, I know it's hard for you to stand by and see this, but that's where Michael's telling you, you don't need this energy destroying you. You know, you're coming from love, which is the best energy, the only energy in the world, and the only energy you should be coming from. But this is her soul's choice. This is her free will. So you have, it kind of feels like you have done your job, but now I'm hearing point blank, be there for her. Be there for her. Because she's not going to want to talk about this. I don't think she'll ever bring it up again. But don't let this situation ruin you guys, is what I'm hearing. Be there for her. Know that she can rely on you. To be, you're there for her. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Because understand that, I hear you. Understand that I cannot predict how she's going to take this, because it's free will. And anybody that does what I do, I always say, it can turn on a dollar. It can. It can. She will within time. Nat, she will within time. Just let the dust settle and reach out to her after a bit of time. Because she's just brushing it under the carpet. She doesn't want to deal with it. And like I say, it's not for you to feel bad about. It's not for you to feel guilty. You've done your bit. But try and reach out to her. Just let the dust settle. But I'm hearing she's not mad, because you're not the only person. You know what I mean? Kind of feels like he's a dirty old man. You know? It kind of feels that way. You know, that if you're not the only one, and you won't be the first and you won't be the last. Do you know what I mean? And it feels like that she's caught him speaking to other women, like messaging other women. I don't know if she's told you that, but I feel that she has her suspicions. Exactly. But this is her soul's choice, and however frustrating it might be for you, Nat, sorry. You know what I mean? Just let the dust settle and let her know that you're there for her, and just send her a message saying that. Whether she wants to respond, that's up to her. But you've there again done your bit. You put that olive branch out again, and you've said, Mum, I love you. I'm always here for you if you need me. If you want to talk, just pick the phone up. I'm there. You know, just let her know. Whether she responds, that's up to her. You know? But she's in denial, Bubba. Sorry. It's such a tough one. And like I say, free will, guys, is so difficult for anybody that does what I do to predict that, you know, she's going to come back next week or next month. You know, if she decides to wake up a bit solely, then it'll be sooner than you think. But if she's going to continue to be in denial, because he kind of feels like he does a good job. There's other, okay. Oh dear. Okay. I'm hearing that there's other elements to this. It feels like there's gaslighting, coercive behavior. Like he kind of makes her feel like she can't do any better, you know? So there are things. Yeah, I said she's not necessarily respond to you, but she might come round. Just let her know that you're there, Nat. That's all you can do. But all I'm trying to say is I just feel there's other elements to this with him. He does feel like he's got narcissistic tendencies and he's done a good job on her, you know. So hopefully she'll wake up to it, Nat. But, you know, for you, you've done the best you can do. You've let her know that you're there for her. But hopefully, like I say, pray that she finally can get away from him, you know. Yes, of course he does. That's where I'm getting that energy, that coercive gaslighting effect. It's kind of, you know, puts you down. Or I call it the woodpecker effect because I've experienced it, and it feels like someone's chipping away at your being, your whole who you are, your whole soul. You know, it's like they're there chipping away at you, and that's what I get. That's what I feel. So, you know, she's in that whole denial, but maybe feels like that's where I said earlier, she feels like, oh my God, I'm going to, you know, have to leave. And it's a bit much for her. You know, that's where I'm at. I really hope that helps, Nat. Yeah, I see it. He's just making her feel like she's not good enough for anything. I can't really say what Spirit is saying to me, what he is, but begins with an A and the second word's H. He ain't a great person. So, oh my God, it's 7:30. I don't know. I've all the time difference. I don't know. But guys, thanks for joining me today. Anyway, well, I hope that helps, hun. I hope that helps. Yeah, I hope that helps. It's very difficult. I know. It's very difficult. Because someone else's free will, it's a flipping... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course he is. A sleaze bag. I thought he's an arsehole, but... Same thing to me, love. But hey ho, I don't lie in judgment. That's just what I heard. But I'll leave that with you, hun. I hope that helps. Oh, bless your heart. Oh, sending you love, sweetheart. Sending you lots and lots of love. Because it's a tough one. It's a very difficult one. Someone's free will, and, you know, he has that hold over her for sure. Coercive relationship. Yeah, so it's horrible. I'm sorry. I just hope that she wakes up, honey. You know, draws some strength from somewhere and just gets out of there. You know, bless you. Maxine, wow, you just jumped right out at me. It was actually Michael that said you need help. Sweetheart, know that your dad's passed, but he's only gone home. He does just, yeah, I know, honey. I got his energy, Nat. That's how I know what he is. But I hope that helps, sweetheart. I want to find this. Like, Maxine, look, honey, the awful thing with when someone passes, they just go home. You know, we're in this, the body, the shell, and the spirit comes in, and the spirit lives within the body. And then when the body's like given up, the ghost, as it were, it's failed. Maxine, you know, we go home, and there is no death, because I couldn't do what I do if there was death. I couldn't speak to spirit. I can tell you one thing: your dad, I'm hearing, is there with you. He's at your side. It feels like he hasn't left you. It feels like you were so close, daddy's girl, you know, and I feel like he hasn't left your side, but he has gone over. He is in the light. So it feels like he went to heaven, did what he needed to do, and then has come back to console you. So I feel he is trying, I'm hearing, giving you signs to let you know he's there, but understand there is no death. And I'm hearing the fact that he is trying to communicate that to you. Like, I feel like he's trying to give you smells. But I feel like you're feeling him, but you're like, you're not sure, but he's there with you, I'm hearing. But understand, love, there's no death. Understand that he's gone to the light. He's come back because he knows you're hurting, and he is around you for sure. But the thing is, obviously, with death, it's a nightmare, as in we miss them in the physical. I mean, I lost my father. A lot of you know, if you see me weekly, I lost my dad at 13. I was just 13. And although Tony comes back to me all the time, we have conversations, it's, you know, you can't help but miss them. And I mean, my dad died all those years ago, and I bloody miss him in the physical. You know, that just doesn't go. But know he's there. Know he's there. Yes, that's cute. That's cute. That is very cute. Thank you. Oh, what was that, Nat? What was that? What was that, Nat? Thank you so much. As I lost my lonely. Cute. But yes, no, Maxine, please know that he is not far away. I feel he's right there with you, trying to console you, because you were tight, you were close, and I know you miss him so much. But I'm being reminded that he's there. He's just not there in the physical. And I'm hearing you are talking to him, and he's hearing you. Okay, so know that he is actually hearing what you're saying, because it feels like you're feeling him around you, but you're doubting it. But I'm hearing he is there, and he's hearing you. So know that just because he's not there, you know, you can't see him in the physical, but you're feeling him. And I'm hearing he's there with you. So know that he hasn't left you. He's right by your side, I'm hearing, which is kind of cute, to know that he's a very strong-willed man, your dad. I feel that he wasn't necessarily a massive believer in life after death, but he's certainly back at your side, because he's paining that you're hurting, missing him. And that's where I'm at with that. It feels like he doesn't like to see you sad, and that's why he's back. And I feel he's really trying to communicate that to you, that he's there. So know that he's there, and just help release that pain, because it's making him unrested as well. I know that sounds a funny thing to say, but you see, when you can't settle, it kind of makes them unrested, because they obviously, you know, when they go to heaven, it's so amazing, and the love and everything else. But it's still obviously he was a strong-willed man, and that's why he was so determined to kind of, I've got his energy today. I've got his energy. I don't have him here at the moment with me as spirit, but I have his energy. but very strong-willed man, and he would walk over hot coals to be with you at any cost. You know, nothing would stop him being at your side, I'm hearing. And he's there with you, honey. So can we, I'm hearing you, Michael. Michael's just saying, can you, you know, look at it that he hasn't gone. He hasn't left you. He's just not in the physical anymore. He's there in spirit with you, but he's that not there obviously in the physical. But it does kind of make me laugh, because I do feel that he wasn't really into this kind of spiritual stuff before he passed. And it is so funny, because I kind of feel we went to heaven and said, right, what do I need to do to get back? What do I need to do to get back to her? I need to get back to her. And that's all he was saying. So once he realized he could, and he understood and remembered how it all works, because a lot of us as souls don't remember until we get back to the heaven plane, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I remember. So he was like, I've got to get back. I've got to get back to her. So this is what he did. And this is what he's done, is the fact that, you know, it didn't matter the fact that, oh, wow, this is how it works. I just need to get back to my girl, you know, I want to be there with her. And that's what he did. As soon as he understood how it all worked, I'm hearing that's what he did. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. I understand that now. Can I get back? I just need to. He just doesn't want to leave your side. That's how it feels. And he just wants you to settle. But do know that he's, you know, yes, he's gone to the light. That is very important. He is not in any dark place. He's been there. He's been to heaven. He's done what he needed to do, and he's come back to you because he wants to help soothe you and help you mend over this situation. And I feel that's why you jumped out at me today with Michael's help, is because you need to understand that he's right there with you, and that he is just not in the physical, but he's there with you. He just wants you to heal your heart over this situation, but he obviously understands you miss him in the physical. But there's so much love for you and the family. It's like he would never have wanted to go, but it was his time. You know what I mean? It was his time, and this is why I get thumbs up. He didn't necessarily want to leave you, but it was his time. And, you know, he's just totally, you know, sad to see you so sad, you know. And that's where I come back in and saying he's not rested because of that, you know, because of how upset you are. So, you know that there's so much love. I can't even express it, like how much love there is for you and everybody. But know that he's not gone. That is very important, imperative. You know he's there with you and he's not gone, but he's done what he needed to do, and he's just come straight back down with you to help you through this process. And I feel that I'm part of that in telling you this, in helping you understand that he is there. Just because you can't see him in the physical, he is right by your side. Ask for signs, I'm hearing. If you have any feathers lately, then you'll know. I keep hearing a robin this morning, which is, I love robins. They usually attack me when they don't physically, but they like jump out at me when I'm walking my dog, you know. It's like, oh, all spiritual signs, all letting you know that, you know, they're near, you know, that spirits, the angels are around, you know. It's beautiful. Yeah. I hope that helps, Maxine. I really do, because he knows how heavy your heart is. He knows how heavy it is. Yeah. He knows how heavy it is, but know he's with you, sweetheart. He hasn't left you, you know, and he knows all you did for him. He knows that. So, you know, beautiful, beautiful. I hope that helps you just heal a little bit, because that's the thing, Maxine, you know, we miss them. We miss them in the physical. We do. I miss my grandparents, my father, my children. I miss them in the physical. It's tough, but you have to know that they haven't gone. They've just gone home. Their time on this plane had come to an end. It was that in their soul's contract, like your dad's, to end his life the way he did, how he did, and at the time he did. These glasses doing my head in. So know that, and know he's with you, honey, and there's so much love. I love it at the moment. Spirit sends me like those 3-dimensional kind of emoji hearts, when they all zoom up, and I'm getting that. Loads of love, loads and loads and loads of love for you. And that I heard that. I'm here is what I'm hearing. So he's with you, okay? So know that. And do whatever works for you to help heal your heart. But just know that he's with you. It takes time. You've got to heal in the physical as well. You know what I mean? It takes time, honey bun. Can't wave a magic wand. You have to understand, all of us, though. I mean, with something like grief, it affects us all in different ways, and there's no time scale to it. Grief is a personal thing, Maxine. You know what I mean? It's a very, very personal thing. It is not something that you can put a time limit on. It's not something that you can tell somebody how to do. It's what works for you, honey, and that's it. All my messages today for you is to let you know he's right there. He's by your side. He's been in the light. He's come straight back down, and he's with you. But you'll work it through, and that's exactly. Grief is different for all of us, honey. I just hope that you're able to help. That's helped, and you'll go through the processes of it all, and I wish you well, and I'm sending lots of love and healing to your heart, because when your heart's heavy and your heart hurts, it's flipping ruins your day. It does. It ruins your day, type of thing, and it comes up. It's like it comes up in your throat and it bursts out. It's hard. I know that. I've dealt with it myself, honey. I lost my dad, as you know, at that young age. It took me a long time to process it, and my children as well. It does. It's a personal thing. So don't think that you have to have a time limit on it. You do what feels good to you. And more to the point, I'm hearing, if you want to sit there and have a bloody good cry, have a good cry. Do what works for you. Because better out than in, you're releasing it when you're crying as well, but do what's good for you, huh? I mean, I think when my father first passed, I used to go and sit on the dirt on his grave every Saturday. I used to have to get 2 buses to get to the grave site, and I used to go and sit on top of his grave, cross my legs on the dirt of the grave, and I used to sit there and talk to him. And I did that for months and months and months and months and months. And you just got to do what works for you. I mean, some people might think that's a bit drastic, but I was 13 years of age and I'd lost my dad. So you just have to do what works for you. And that helped me. It might not help someone else, but it bloody helped me. So you have to do, Maxine, what works for you, darling. What works for you. Yeah. I'll tell you, the lessons that we write into our life plan aren't easy, Maxine. They're not bloody easy. And I've never had a mother present, feels like, all my life. So I kind of get where you're at with that. But whatever works for you, honey. I just, wish you well with your quest of grief, and know that, I'm here if you ever need me, and But most importantly, know Dad's there and know the family's there. It feels like you have an army on the other side. You know, it feels like there's a lot of people that have passed that come in on kind of the back of Dad as well. Feels like big families, you know, big army there in the afterlife. So know they're all rooting for you, sweetheart. Know that they're all rooting for you, okay? But please remember, they're not gone. Michael keeps stressing, they're not gone, they're just not in the physical, you know. Oh, bye, Wendy. Yeah, sorry, I'm pretty bit late because the time's changed. But thank you for popping on, Wendy. Much love, darling. Did you do the same, Tony? Yeah, I just I sat on the actual dirt of the grave. It wasn't no grass on it, you know. He'd only just passed, and that's what I did for years and for months. Sorry, not years and years, months and months. But it's what works for you, and that's what's important. You know, grief is a very, very personal thing, very personal. And I would never, you know, never say to anyone, you should be doing this, should be doing that. No, it's all about what works for you and, you know, the healing within you. All I would say, Maxine, is you can call upon Archangel Chamuel and Raphael to help with healing of you and help with the healing of the heart space, the heart chakra. You know, they are the two most beautiful archangels to help with this situation. So because unconditional love, heart space, and obviously Raphael is the archangel for healing. So I'm asking just to bring that up to you, okay, because they will help. Yeah, I used to do it a lot. Well, he's with you, and know that he's not there anyway, Maxine. This was the thing with me. I used to go there, but I knew my dad wasn't there. He was stood next to me, but it was just something I had to do. Like I say, it's very personal. It's what works for you, you know. But know that he's not even at his grave. He's stood next to you. This is what I'm hearing. So just know that, honey. Just know that. But it is nice, on the other hand, to have somewhere to go and grieve. I'm not saying that, but, you know, he is there with you. Just know that, darling. He's sending all his love to you. Yeah, very strong man, your dad. Quite forceful energy. I wasn't going to get by you today without telling you and speaking to you about that. It was, yeah, had to happen. Had to happen. But guys, you know, death is, yeah, a bloody morbid thing. It's not the greatest thing on this plane, but know they aren't far away. Know that they are with us, you know. And there is no death, my darlings. You know, there is no death. Yeah, he is a strong man. And you find that, Maxine, is that also in spirit, their personality does not change. You know, their personality doesn't change just because they're in spirit. Your personality stays the same. So that's how I know he's a strong man, because he still is a strong man. I speak about him in the reality and not past tense, because he is still a strong man. Ask Nicole for help. I'm hearing that you could be asking for more help. It feels like monetary is quite tough this month for you as well. Ask for help with that, because I feel like you need to learn to trust on these issues and know that God's source will provide, you know. And not only that, you know this, because something always turns up, I'm hearing. So just have the trust in that, please, that, you know, something will turn up. But the key with this message today is ask. You're not asking. If you don't ask, you don't get. This is what Michael's saying. You know, you sit there, you get in your brain space, but you don't ask. So he's reminding you to ask for what you want. And be specific about it, he's saying. Good grief, you've been a bit, mind you, I call him Mr. Bossy. But Nicole, that's what he's saying. Ask, but be specific on what you're asking for. That's what I'm hearing. So there you go. But it's all about, feels like trust for you as well, though. Yeah, well, that'd be that. Yeah, but how blue are they? Because that could be Granddad. Is it blue or turquoise, Tanya? Because Granddad, my dad, normally comes in with turquoise, the colour turquoise. Granddad comes in. It's all right. My niece is saying, while watching this, there is a blue ball of, it's an orb, I believe. I believe it's my pleasure, Maxine. Tanya, is it more turquoisey? Because if it's turquoisey, it'd be Granddad, be my dad, and it's an orb. Bless her. I love. Bless your little cottons. God, I can't get. Sorry, it's not. I'm trying to get the thing to come down. Yes, yeah, it's Granddad. I heard that. I heard it was Dad. Yeah, Dad's with you, honey. My dad's with you. Well, he loves and adores you anyway. We know this. Yeah, that's an orb, honey. That's how Granddad comes in. Ask your mother. Well, we won't ask your mother, but that's how he would come through to her. And in the beginning, when I wasn't as developed as I was, Tanya, that's how Granddad used to come through to me. No, it's all right. It's just Granddad. He's not going to freak you out. He's just letting you know he's there and he's listening to me. And it's funny. He probably won't come here with me because Michael's here. And I need to concentrate my energies on Michael and not on what he's saying rather than what Dad's saying. So that's why he's with you. He's not there to scare you. He's just letting you know he's around, but also he's letting me know he's around and he's listening to me through you. Okay, so that's fine. Do not worry. It's just Granddad. See where I'm coming from with that? Nah, my dad is with my niece. So they're never far away. They're never far away. So thanks, Daddy, for that. And he's just showing you. He's just showing you, honey, that he's there. You know, don't worry. Well, you don't know him, but he's an amazing man, and he'll mean you no harm. Just love you. He's just letting you know he's there and letting me know that he's there as well. And it's an orb. And just say, hi, Granddad, love you. But yeah, he always comes in with that. That's really interesting, Tanya. So amazing. And thank you for watching, Tanya, you little beautiful soul. I love you dearly. Yeah, they normally do, Vicky. Unless they don't want to. It's a free will choice. I know with my family, on my father's side, they're together. And I know my boys come in with my grandmother. But it's a soul's choice. Because I know of other families, because there's different dimensions, remember, in heaven. There's different dimensions. So if for some reason a family member didn't want to be with the rest of the family, which I've heard of, and I know so that it's happened, they don't always have to. It's a soul's choice. Literally, it's a soul's choice. If your family want to be together on the other side, they will be. And for some reason, if one soul doesn't want to be, or because there might have been abuse, there might have been, you know what I'm saying? Not so nice things as to why that soul wouldn't want to meet up on the other side with one of their parents, for instance. Doesn't have to happen. It is a soul's choice. Okay? Oh, wow. Yeah, and animals are the same. Exactly the same. You can meet up with them. I've had animals in the past come in with spirit. Cats, dogs, you know, or I go around to someone's house and the dog's passed and it's there with them. You know, I've had that. Or it's like my one of my closest friends, his dog died, and I heard her shake down. You know, like when the dog shakes down. I heard Leia shake down, and I rang him and I went, "Oh my God, I just heard Leia shake down." I couldn't see her physically. I could hear her, and I heard her shake down. She was a massive Rottweiler, so she used to make the whole place shudder. And you know, she was there, and he was like, "Oh my God, I've been dreaming about her," because she also came through to him in her dreams, which obviously all our loved ones and spirit, you know, they come through to us, try and communicate with us in our dreams, you know. So yeah, same principle, you know, your animals can still come through in a physical sense. And, you know, I think the funniest thing was always used to be like when I'm just about going to sleep at night, jump on the bed, you know, you feel that dawn, that weight. But yeah, they're around us as well, you know. Good night, my darling Maxine. I suppose I better shoot, guys. I'm here next week. If you want to get me for a reading, get me at Suzi Parrett on Facebook or Telegram. And yeah, just let me know. I love doing my readings, but I'm over time now. But love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope I've helped the people that I've helped. I hope I've helped some people, you know. So guys, much love to you, and I will see you next week. So take care, guys. Much love. Bye.